often when white women are crying those genuine tears of grief, let's cry them with each other.
Yeah, so if any white women are crying, get a white woman to console them. Grief, segregation. Fuck.
Let's cry them with other white women. Okay, let's not ask Sasha to pat us on the back and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this." She has that compared to what you have experienced, it's just totally disproportionate and just plain immoral to ask you to comfort me as I go through this realization process.
This is absolutely psychotic. It seems as if her mindset is in a place where she just assumes that black people are just suffering multitudes more than any other race or demographic, which ironically in itself sounds kind of racist. You know, to just assume that black people are suffering by default because they're black. What is happening?
If you're a cisgender person who is able to look at this, and it still doesn't compel you to wear a mask in public spaces, seriously, don't even bother calling yourself an ally to trans people.
I already don't. There are enough toxic trans people within that community for me to not want to be a part of any of it. In all that time that the powers that be told us to wear masks, they fucking didn't. So it's been proven that the bullshit vaccines are more or less ineffective. So fuck your fake moral outrage and fuck your fucking bullshit hollow virtue signaling. Go away.
As a racial justice advocate,
racial justice advocate.
I'm often invited to give talks or to do workshops where I talk to white people about race.
Oh, well, that just sounds fucking great. Just what I need, just another black person telling me how fucking awful I am by virtue of my fucking skin color. I would hire you, I would. If I ran, like, a comedy club or something.
A big part of my practice is to offer real-life stories, examples, that type of thing.
So, anecdotal lived experiences, when everyone's lived experiences can differ from the next person's. So it's just another way to exploit people's white guilt. Oh dear, it appears I have none.
That help white people to be able to identify white supremacy in everyday life.
Oh God, you people make me fucking sick. Turn on the TV, white supremacy. Pay for groceries, white supremacy. A4 paper, white supremacy. Maybe I should be a white supremacist. If I were, these videos might be a lot more enjoyable.
My husband's family is white.
I am so sorry.
I often use the cultural differences between my family and his family as a way to help white people see their whiteness.
Yeah, because whiteness is a problem. It's not as if we're human or anything.
There's one example that I use that always gets a ton of pushback. My husband and I were late to our first Thanksgiving with his family. I say late because it started at 12. We got there at 12:10. But whenever we got there at 12:10, everybody was already sat down and eating. I didn't know that. I use this illustration to point out that different cultures have different understandings of time, lateness, and what it means to be polite.
Time is linear. It waits for no one. It's not as if us almighty, omnipotent white people can control time. You get that, right? It's just all so fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic.
Without fail, a white person will push back and say that lateness is impolite. I always use this as a teachable moment. I usually ask a series of pointed questions that challenge their assumptions. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. But by the end, they're able to identify how white cultural dominance works in this one small area of life, which opens the door for them to start peeling the onion.
And that's the end of that chapter.